Hello guys and welcome to this video. Now I've got a few interesting watches to share with you. These two awesome builds were ordered by Steve, who originally contacted me at SKX007 Dubai. These are actually his third and fourth watches in his collection from me. And the last one I did was actually the gold case Arabic dial you'll see on my Instagram. But he comes at me with really cool, really unusual designs, and I love them. Actually, we work well together on creating these interesting options, and these are quite unique in that they all use some parts from Lucius Atelier. Now, Lucius Atelier is a really high-end Seiko parts manufacturer. Some of their parts are even Swiss made, and I wanted to show you first on my own personal watch some of those differences. So this is a bezel insert from NamokiMODS. This is a Pepsi 12-hour ceramic insert, and as you can see, when I first got it, I was a little disappointed with the colors. Now it turns out red is incredibly difficult to create in ceramic. So if we look at the back of the insert, it is mostly blue, and that red color, it looks really kind of metallic, and to be honest, looks more like orange to me, especially when it hits the light. So it looks a little odd. Definitely not the kind of Rolex style bezel that I guess I wanted. So a few months went by since I bought this, didn't really know what to do with it, and then I spotted that Lucius Atelier have actually created the ultimate, what I would call the proper Pepsi bezel. Now this is a little bit thinner than the typical bezels you get from, or bezel inserts I should say, that you get from Namoki and DLW. And you can see they've got the circles between the numbers, which is more reminiscent of the Rolex bezel as well. The fonts are a little chunkier, and most importantly, that color is properly red. It's this kind of pale red, more almost pinky red, but it is a lot more ideal for a Pepsi build. So this is my own watch, of course, inspired by the Rolex Pepsi with the Jubilee bracelet that came out a few years back now. Love that watch, of course, can't afford it, so I'm gonna make myself a Seiko mod version. And the nice thing with this base watch, which is the 5KX 55 SRPD 55 black dial, I can actually keep the hands, keep the chapter ring and the crystal, and just switch the bezels to make myself pretty much any of the Rolex style watches I want. So this is my personal watch, and of course I had to get the best parts for it, including that Lucius Atelier bezel insert. By the way, this bezel insert cost $90 and it is Swiss made. The reason it's so expensive is apparently that they have to actually create a few of them and then only choose the best ones in terms of the colors. That color is incredibly hard to get. Now, that's not the only part, of course, I bought from Lucius Atelier. You may have seen a video I posted with that Starry Night dial, and we've got a couple of watches here for my friend Steve, which are really quite special. So let's have a look. First off, we've got the Lucius Atelier Swarovski crystal mother of pearl dial here. So let's see if I can make it shine. Yeah, there we go. You can see it's quite a subtle effect, but you've got that rainbow of colors in the middle. And he has also opted for this same ceramic Pepsi bezel. Now, one point to note, if you are planning to get these, be careful with the crystals, because I got the actual Lucius Atelier crystal first and it didn't fit. So I had to actually order a different crystal from Watch and Style, which I believe is also available maybe from Namoki, but you've got to be careful because these bezel inserts are thinner. So a little bit of messing around with the crystal here, but now that fit is lovely. Just a little step up next to the bezel and it fits perfect. So we've gone for Mercedes hands. You'll see those across all of these watches actually. Signed S Crown. And yes, let's have a look at those crystals on the dial. Now they don't shine as bright in all light like diamond might, but yes, you can definitely get some nice reflections, and beautifully made dial. Even the applied logo is really accurately positioned and just lovely to look at. I originally was a bit concerned about this combination, but I think this looks like a really premium, of course, Rolex inspired watch, but yeah, it doesn't look as sort of cheap and playful as I thought it might. It does actually look quite premium with that combination, and a lot of it is thanks to that awesome bezel. Oh, by the way, the bezel on this is the chunky, somewhat Marine Master style, polished from Lucius Atelier as well. We weren't planning to use this bezel, but they sent me one anyway, and yeah, I thought it looks great. It makes the whole watch a bit more flashy, catches the light on all those different facets. This is actually on a Namoki Oyster bracelet, which is, as I've said before, just as good as strap code for a lot less money, or a lot less money if you're also buying parts from there, I guess. And it is a 5KX case. Sorry, it's an SKX case with the screw down crown. And though we don't have day date, both of these watches actually have the NH36 inside, just because we had those in stock anyway, so why not use them? So they do have stop seconds, and of course manual wind. Now, this one is really quite different. Again, I wasn't too sure about this design, but I actually love it. I think this has come out really classy for the sort of watch it is. Of course, it's a bit of a novelty having that Bitcoin dial, but I guess this is a perfect time to post this watch as Bitcoin soars to new heights. And of course, if you're a fan of Bitcoin and that whole movement and so on, it is, yeah, you may like it, you may not, you may hate it. Let me know what you think. I'm sure this is a bit of a Marmite watch, but I think we've executed it here. We've chosen the darker dial, even though it is quite dark, it is very much visible. You can really tell it's there. And I think that black and gold look all on the head of the watch here, with the brighter hands and of course the steel case, sapphire crystal, of course, Mercedes hands, and the Jubilee bracelet really make this thing a two-tone monster. It does look great. A little ridiculous maybe, but you know what? This is exactly Steve's sort of choice and personality, and he's able to do these mods with my help, of course, and we discuss the parts and so on. And most of the time, well, in fact, all of the time so far, we've managed to create some really nice designs that are quite fun and interesting, but also classy and higher end with those materials and parts used. So thought I'd share with you this week's build projects. Of course, here's another look at my own personal watch, which I love. Keep an eye on the channel for a chance to win a modified watch when I reach 1,000 subscribers, and all the best. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.